The National Economic and Development Authority recommended that the President issue an executive order which will help government in encouraging the public to use electric vehicles as an alternative mode of transportation. By doing so, NEDA believes the country will cut down on its energy consumption as well as lessen its dependence on fossil fuel-generated energy. Alan Francisco has more.
National Economic and Development Authority or NEDA has endorsed an executive order intended to modify the tariff rates of certain electric vehicles in the country. Their parts and components are included. According to NEDA Secretary Sentro Balita, the endorsement of the EO was made at the first NEDA meeting with President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. These include passenger cars, buses, minibus, vans, trucks, motorcycles, tricycles, scooters, and bicycles.
We want to encourage the adoption, the use of e-vehicles because that will address the, pollution issues and of course is our adaptation to climate change and that's we believe that's the future. But more importantly, we want to be part of the value chain globally in this drive to get to this new industries, new growth drivers, and hopefully we can develop our own industries. And this reduction in tariff is a part of that building up of ecosystem.
The NEDA board will also review the tariff modifications after 1 year of implementation. The EO aims to expand market sources and encourage consumers to consider electric vehicles. It also includes improving energy security through reducing dependence on imported fuel and promoting domestic electric vehicles.
In particular, the EO will temporarily reduce the most favored nation or MFN tariff rates to 0% for 5 years and completely built up or CBU units of certain EVs except for hybrid type EVs. It will also implement tariff modification on certain parts and components of EVs from 5% to 1% for 5 years.
Meanwhile, NEDA also approved 11.2 billion pesos for the Philippine Fisheries and Coastal Resiliency or Fish Corps project. It aims to solve the problem of the fishery sector, reduce poverty incidents, and ensure food security. In the meeting of NEDA and President Marcos, the chief executive said that a few decades from now, saltwater fish cultivation will increase as a result of overfishing. The Fish Corps project was developed to solve the decreasing number of fish catches. The 7-year investment is expected to support the reform in fishery and aquaculture management in the country. Fish Corps also aims to provide fisheries infrastructure and facilities that can provide work and assistance to fishermen. Alan Francisco for The Nation.